It was a mistake. But when I proposed to the alien queen, she accepted. Evan thrust the velvet-lined box forward, its hinged lid snapping open to reveal the silver olive branch pendant, humanity's ancient symbol of peace. The throne room's crystal pillars hummed with the murmurs of the Vey court. Queen Cylin Vey leaned forward on her obsidian throne, her iridescent scales shimmering under the dome lights. Her golden eyes locked on the pendant. Evan cleared his throat. Archivist Ket had drilled the phrase into him for hours. Queen Cylin, he recited in flawless Velish, I offer this token so our worlds may unite in peace. Silence crashed down. The courtier's whispers cut off like a blade. Queen Cylin's tail flicked once, sharp. She rose, her 7-foot frame towering yet graceful, robes of woven star silk parting like water. The words are spoken, the token given. By the law of eternal bind, I accept your proposal, Envoy Cole. Evan blinked. His stomach dropped. Proposal? No, that's... Chancellor Rune Tall surged from his dais beside the throne, his strategist robes swirling. The ancient law stands unchallenged. In open court before witnesses, the human claims the queen's hand. His voice dripped silk over steel, eyes narrowing at Evan like a predator sighting weakness. Captain Mira Anand tensed at Evan's flank, her hand twitching toward her concealed sidearm. She shot him a sidelong glare, keep it together, but said nothing. Protocol bound her too. Evan's mind raced. Ket's lessons flashed back. Velish words layered meanings. Unite in peace. Gods. It translated to a formal bonding vow, a marriage claim. He forced calm. Archivist Ket, audit the translation. Now. Ket shuffled forward from the shadows, his data scroll glowing. The frail keeper's tendrils tapped furiously. Envoy. The phrasing invokes Bind Clause 47. Unite in peace equals join eternally. Gift exchange seals it. He paused, mandibles clicking. Requesting audit triggers the no recant edict. The bond locks. No takebacks. The court erupted in hisses and tail thumps. Approval or outrage, Evan couldn't tell. Queen Cylin silenced them with a raised claw. Chancellor Rune, escort the betrothed to the royal quarters. He will learn our ways under my protection. Rune's polished smile didn't reach his eyes. As Her Majesty commands. He snapped his fingers. 4 protocol guards in gleaming carapace armor stepped forward, their spear tips humming with energy fields. They flanked Evan, close enough he smelled their ozone scent. Mira blocked one guard's path. Captain Anand, human delegation security. He goes nowhere without me. Rune waved dismissively. The law permits no outsiders in royal bind quarters. Your envoy is Queen's consort now. Peace secured. Or forfeit. Evan met Mira's eyes. Stand down, Captain. I'll handle this. Her jaw clenched, but she nodded once, stepping back. Trust him to fix his mess. The guards herded him through towering archways, crystal walls pulsing with embedded data veins. Queen Cylin walked ahead, her stride unhurried, tail swaying in rhythm. Run trailed like a shadow, whispering to a comm device. Evan's boots echoed too loudly. Your Majesty, this is a misunderstanding. Humans don't. Silence in transit. A guard growled, spear nudging his shoulder. They entered the royal wing. Air grew warmer, scented with spice blooms. Doors irised shut behind them, sealing with a soft chime. Cylin turned in the antechamber, her presence filling the space. Evan Cole, you blunder into sacred law, yet request audit without panic. Bold. She touched the pendant at her throat, now clasped there. This token, its simplicity intrigues. No gems, no power cores, just intent. Rune entered last, guards posting at the doors. Majesty. The council convenes, at dawn. This consort weakens your flank. Off-worlders twist words like vines. Evan straightened. Humans fixed mistakes with facts, not pride. Chancellor, show me the law scroll. I'll prove the error. Ket materialized from a side panel, scroll and tendrils. Here. Bind Clause 47, token plus vow equals claim. Audit confirms your phrasing. No recant. Challenger bonds fully or abdicates claim losing envoy status. Cylin's gaze sharpened on Evan. Abdicate, and your delegation flees. War whispers grow. Accept, and peace binds us. Her claw grazed his arm. Testing, not threatening. Scales cool against his skin. Rune pounced. He cannot stay. Protocol demands consort training. Off-world ignorance insults the throne. Evan scanned the scroll via Ket's projection. Symbols swam, layered like poetry. One workaround gleamed. Collaborative vow renewal. Your Majesty, humans collaborate. Let me renew the vow correctly. With full court witness. Silene tilted her head, studying him. You turn trap to bridge. Rune, summon the archivist's aides. We audit deeper. Rune's tendrils tightened on his staff. This risk is opportunity, she cut in. He offers trust. We test it. Ket nodded eagerly, tapping commands. Hollow displays bloomed, cross-referencing human linguistics with Vey law. Evan exhaled. Mira would hold the delegation steady outside. Now, survive the night. Hours blurred. Silene paced, quizzing him on human customs. Your peace lacks our layers, yet endures. Simple works, Evan said. Olive Branch survived millennia. Rune hovered, interjecting barbs. Simplicity hides deceit. Majesty, expel him before council. She ignored him, claws tracing the pendant. Tomorrow, open court renewal. Prove your intent, consort. Or true bind. Dawn light filtered through crystal panes. Evan stood beside her throne. Guards at attention. Mira slipped in with the delegation, eyes promising backup. Courtiers packed the hall. Rune announced. Renewal trial. Envoy Cole recants, or claims. Evan faced Silene. Heart steady. Queen, I erred. Let true peace unite us. Not bind one man. She smiled. Faint, scales flushing violet. Words clear now. Law allows envoy renewal. But her tail brushed his leg. Keep the pendant, token of trust. Rune seethed silently as cheers rose. Ket sealed the hollow record. Misunderstanding bridged. No war clause triggered. Mira grinned at Evan. Nice save. Silene leaned close, voice low. You chose collaboration. Stay as envoy and advisor. Pride yields to strength. Evan nodded. Warmth spreading. Mistake made. Trust forged. But Rune's glare lingered. Game not over. As court dispersed, Silene pulled him aside. Quarters remain yours tonight. Learn more. Her eyes held promise. Evan followed, pulse quickening. Diplomacy just got personal. Evan gripped the pendant's chain as Silene led him through arched corridors, lit by glowing veins in the walls. Quarters first, she said, tail flicking. Then we discuss your place. Guards flanked them. Evan matched her stride. Queen, about that advisor role, can we add a clause? Temporary stay, no rights yet. She halted, scales shimmering gold under the light. You presume much, human. I presume peace needs time. He met her gaze. Bonding rights bind forever. Let's test trust first. Her claws tapped the floor. Chancellor Rune appeared from a side passage, robes swirling. Majesty, protocol demands immediate rights post-renewal. Expel the envoy or bind him. Silene's eyes narrowed. Chancellor, your counsel noted. Envoy Cole proposes a stay clause. Evan pressed. One cycle. I learn your ways. You learn mine. No insult to honor. Rune sneered. Humans twist words like vines. He delays to sabotage. Or to build, Silene countered. Her tail curled near Evan's boot. Archivist Ket will oversee. Drill him on court rules, under my supervision. Ket materialized from shadows, data slate humming. As commanded, Majesty. Literal enforcement. Evan nodded. Agreed. Goal. Mutual understanding. Silene smiled faintly. Clause granted. Report at dawn. Rune bowed stiffly. The council will review. She dismissed them with a gesture. Evan exhaled as guards escorted him to chambers. Mira waited outside, arms crossed. Smooth, she said, but Rune's plotting. Always. Evan entered the room. Silk cushions, hollow displays flickering alien script. Ket starts tomorrow. Cover me? Mira gripped his shoulder. Full security sweep. No repeats of the proposal fiasco. Dawn broke with Ket's knock. Evan opened the door. The archivist thrust a slate forward. Rule 1. Address by full title in open court. Ket's voice droned like a machine. Repeat. Queen Silene Vey, ruler of the Vale clans. Evan echoed perfectly. Ket's frills twitched on. Adequate. Rule 2, tail proximity denotes intent. Yours lacks. Curious. Evan shrugged. Humans use hands. Or words. Deficient. Ket activated a hologrid of protocols. Memorize bonding sequence. Omission triggers war clause. Hours blurred. Evan repeated phrases. Parsed gestures. Silene observed from a balcony perch. Claws steepled. Progress? She called. Evan stood. Enough to propose something. Public cultural exchange. Humans share stories, food, dances. Stalls the timeline legally. Your law allows festivals before rites. Ket consulted his slate. Precedent exists. 3-cycle delay maximum. Rune strode in. Petition in claw. Majesty. Before exchange. Rival suitor files challenge. Lord Varak claims precedence. Envoy must prove worth or yield. Sialene's scales flushed violet. Varak? You're doing, Chancellor? Protocol, Majesty. Rune unrolled the hollow scroll. Challenge scheduled. Arena at dusk. Combat or wits. Envoy's choice. Evan's pulse spiked. The room spun with holographic clauses. Queen. This escalates. Exchange first. Challenge enforces honor. Silen descended, eyes locking on his. Refuse, and claim voids. Accept, and trust, deepens. Ket nodded. Tradition binds. Mira burst through the door, sidearm holstered. Evan, delegation's inbound. We can test this. Rune laughed. Humans fight shadows. Barak crushes. Evan straightened. Wits. I choose wits. Silene's tail brushed his leg again. Bold, prepare. Ket dragged him to a side chamber stacked with tomes. Challenge rules. Riddle triad. Fail 1. Forfeit. Evan scans slates. Humans excel at puzzles. Teach me the form. Ket hesitated. Your simplicity. Intrigues. First riddle pattern. Echoes of ancestors. They drilled. Silen watched, providing hints through gestures. Rune paced outside, whispering to aides. Dusk fell. Arena thrummed with courtiers. Crystal sands gleamed under twin moons. Varak loomed. Towering alien, frills erect, claws like scythes. Human whelp, Varric growled. Yield the queen's favor. Evan stepped forward, pendant glinting. Mira flanked him, tense. Silene sat elevated. Rune at her side. First riddle, Ket announced. What walks on 4 legs dawn, 2 noon, 3 eve? Varak snarled. Infant, adult, elder with staff. Obvious. Correct, Ket said. Bodok's turn. He leaned in. I speak without mouth, hear without ears. Echoes in void. What am I? Evan paused. Arena hushed. Human logic clicked. Echo. Gasps rippled. Ket stamped approval. Second triad. Silene's eyes gleamed. Rune shifted. Evan posed. Lives in winter, dies in summer, grows with tears. What? Varak puzzled. No. Ice? Weight? Snowman? Primitive myth. Close enough, Evan said. Snow being. Ket ruled valid. Tension coiled. Varak's second. Thread without weave catches kings, flies without wings. What? Evan thought fast. Spoke steady. Web. Spider snare. Frills drooped on Varak. Cheers swelled. Final round, Evan. No wings yet flies. No eyes yet cries. No mouth yet bites. What? Varric clawed sand. Wind? No. Cloud? Rain? Lightning? Time, Evan said. Wings of moments, tears of hours, bite of years. Varak bowed out. Rune's face twisted. Silene rose. Envoy prevails. Exchange proceeds. Clause holds. Evan wiped sweat. Mira clapped his back. Human riddles win. But Rune approached post-ceremony. Voice silk over steel. Petition withdrawn. For now. Council meets tomorrow. Full bonding vote. Silene pulled Evan close amid dispersing crowds. You turned challenge to bridge. Learn faster, advisor. Her warmth pressed near. Evan nodded, heart racing. Ket sealed the record. Mira signaled caution. Quarters that night buzzed with plans. Evan pored over exchange details. Human music, alien harmonies. Silene slipped in, unannounced. Rest, she commanded, settling beside him. Trust grows in proximity. He offered a hand. She clasped it, scales cool against skin. Simple gesture, potent. Rune's shadow loomed outside the door, eavesdropping. Game escalated. Morning council loomed. Evan pitched the exchange to delegates. Mira armed up. Rune wants you broken. We collaborate or fall. Event approved, but Rune demands witness duel within it. Cultural proof. Evan stood. Accepted. We show unity. Preparations surged. Evan taught Mira alien stances. She sparred flawlessly. Ket observed, frills perking. Human adaptability. Extraordinary. Silene oversaw, tail linking Evan's ankle. Pride yields. Collaboration endures. Exchange Eve arrived. Great Hall transformed. Human banners beside veil tapestries. Drums beat. Evan led delegation on stage. Share our olive branch, he announced. Players strummed guitars. Aliens swayed, scales rippling color. Rune interrupted. Duel now. Envoy versus my champion. Champion. Barak again. Armored. Evan chose Mira. My second. Gasps. Females rarely dueled. Mira stripped jacket, entered circle. Barak charged. Mira dodged. Struck pressure points. Human martial precision. He staggered. She pinned him clean. Hall roared. Silene laughed. Violet flushed deep. Proof enough. Rune conceded publicly. Exchange succeeds. Post-event. Private feast. Silene fed Evan spiced nectar. Mistake became strength. Stay beyond claws. Evan clasped her claw. If trust holds, her tail coiled his waist. It does. Rune watched from afar, petition renewed in pocket. Challenge far from over. Queen Silene's tail uncoiled from Evan's waist as guards hauled Varak's limp form from the circle. Envoy Cole, she declared, voice slicing through the roar. Your second triumphs. Now prove your claim endures. Enter the competence trial at dawn. Repair the palace's heart. Or forfeit honor. Evan blinked, nectar's spice lingering on his tongue. The hall hushed. Ket's frills flared beside her. Rune's eyes narrowed from the shadows. Accepted, Evan said. Mira gripped his arm. Her nod steel. Dawn broke with hammers clanging in the undercroft. Evan followed Ket down spiral stairs, steam hissing from rusted vents. The water heat exchanger loomed, a colossal veil relic of coiled crystal tubes and pulsing heat vines, failing since the last war. Palace pipes ran cold. Nobles grumbled. Ket thrust a data slate forward. Trial rules. Fix it alone. No tools beyond basics. Fail and marriage claim dissolves. Evan scanned the beast. Cracks, spider-webbed the crystals. Vines wilted, blocking flow. Human field fixes flashed in his mind. MacGyver stuff from colony outposts. Show me the access points. Ket's claws clicked approval. Bold. Proceed. He stripped to shirt sleeves. First, he wedged a pry bar into the main casing. Metal groaned. Steam blasted his face. Scalding, but he ducked, eyes watering. Aliens gasped from the viewing ledge. Mira watched from the edge, rifle slung low. Evan traced the vines, one pulse weak, clogged. He yanked a spare tube from his diplomat kit, Earth's flexible polymer. No one noticed. He sliced it with his multi-tool, fed it alongside the dying vine like a bypass graft. Water surged, heat blooming. Impossible, Ket muttered. Her frills perked violet. Humans graft life into stone. Not stone. Systems. Evan sealed it with thermal tape from his pack. Improvised, sticky, under heat. Next, crystals. He poured saline from his canteen. Human hack for mineral buildup. Bubbles foiled, flow restored. The exchanger hummed. Pipes upstairs rattled alive. Cheers echoed down. Silene appeared at the ledge, scales shimmering gold. He serves. Rune stepped forward, petition clutched. Wait, inspect closer. Guards swarmed. Evan wiped sweat, heart steady. Rune's champion from the duel, Varak's second, a burly guard named Drak, jabbed a scanner. Tampering. Human residue on seals. He poisoned the vines. Ket's slate beeped. Anomaly confirmed. Foreign compounds. Mira tensed. That's bullshit. Logged the footage. Rune smirked. Trial rules bind him. Evidence damns the envoy. Queen, dissolve the bond. Silene's tail lashed. Present proof, Chancellor. Or yield. Not poison. Saline cleared it. But residue? He glanced at his tools. Multi-tool blade gleamed clean. Wait. The tape. Earth's adhesive left traces. Archivist, Evan said. Court rules allow counter-evidence? Full chain documentation? Ket nodded, frills twitching. Yes. Submit within the hour. Or forfeit. Rune laughed. He schemes while guilty. Evan ignored him. Grabbed the slate from Ket. Access logs. Now. She hesitated, then keyed it over. Evan scrolled fast. Timestamps from Undercroft cams. Entry. Him at dawn. But pre-dawn ping. Unauthorized access. Rune's access code. Got it.
He zoomed.
Shadowy figure. Drax build. Prying a vine loose. Injecting sludge. Sabotage gel. Veil standard for clogs. Then resealing sloppy. Mira whistled low. Framed clean. Evan narrated aloud. Slate recording. Pretrial breach. 417. Drac enters. Injects blockage here. He pointed to the weak vine. My saline neutralizes it. Standard human decon. No poison. Proof chain. Cam log. Chem scan match. He thrust the slate to Ket. Submit under Protocol 7.2. Tamper evidence voids accuser's claim. Ket's eyes widened. Frills pulsing blue. Shock. She plugged in. Hall screens flickered live. The footage played. Drake's sabotage. Clear as day. Gasps. Rippled. Rune paled. Claws flexing. Fabrication. Verify hash. Ket snapped. Pure. Chancellor's proxy acted rogue. Or not. Silene descended. Claws clicking stone. Rune. Explain. Rune bowed stiff. Misunderstanding. Drake. Overzealous. I withdraw objection. Too late. Silene's gaze locked on Evan. Trial passed. Bond holds. But Rune, your petition renews rivalry. Council tomorrow decides exchange is permanent. Evan exhaled. Mira clapped his back. Nice chain, Cole. Ket approached. Slate returned. Human foresight, unprecedented. You mapped betrayal before it struck, not foresight. Procedure. Evan grinned. We call it CYA, cover your ass. Silene's tail brushed his leg. Stay close, Evan. Palace heart beat stronger now. They ascended to council chambers. Nobles parted. Rune slunk behind, whispering to allies. Mira leaned in. He's not done. Armed escorts from here. Evan nodded. Agreed, but we fixed more than pipes. Council convened under crystal domes. Silene sat throne high. Evan at her side. Unprecedented. Delegates from both sides filled benches. Envoy proved competence, Silene announced. Human methods revived what Veilcraft failed. Propose. Permanent exchange. Tech shares. Joint patrols. Rune rose. Queen. Tradition demands purity. Human fixes taint our core. I move veto. Trial tainted by deceit. Murmurs swelled. Ket stood. Records clear. Sabotage logged. Veto invalid. Evan felt Silene's claw on his knee under the table. Warm. Steady. A noble piped up. Demonstrate again. For all. Silene smiled. Fangs glinting. Granted. Envoy? Evan stood. Palace wide. Show me failures. We'll collaborate. Rune's eyes burned. Mira shifted. Hand near holster. Servants wheeled in a broken veil loom. Thread spinner for royal tapestries. Jams constant. Evan examined gears, alien precision but brittle. Human tweak. Lubricant swap. He dripped colony oil, viscous, self-healing. Spun the wheel. Wrath threads flowed smooth. Aliens leaned in. Extraordinary. It anticipates where next. Armory forge. Heat. Uneven. Evan rigged a baffle from scrap metal. Human bellows trick. Flames roared true. Silene watched, violet flush creeping her scales. You mend without conquest. Teamwork, Evan said. Your designs, my hacks. Run interrupted. Superficial. True test. The Veil gatekeeper. Outer shield array. Failing storms brew. Ket frowned. Sacred. No outsider touches. Silene's tail linked Evan's ankle. He earned it. Proceed. They trekked to the spire. Winds howled. Array. Massive crystal lattice arcing wild. Evan climbed scaffolding. Harness biting. Mira, covered below. He traced faults. Microfractures from quakes, no spares. Improvise. Duct tape layered with vine sap, insulator seal. Then, Earth's jumper cables from supply crate, bridging weak nodes. Sparks died. Lattice hummed steady. Storms parted. Nobles below cheered. Rune's face twisted. Back in chambers, Cyaline pulled Evan aside. Private alcove. Silk drapes. Stay. Not as envoy. As consort. Her claw traced his jaw. Eat rose. Evan clasped it. If we build together, no pride walls. Tail coiled his waist. Lips. Soft scales brushed his. Agreed. Mira burst in, runes fleeing with Drac. Petition forged alliance sabotage plot. Cyaline straightened. Guards. Evan grabbed his toolkit. We end this. Now. Run's shadow fled corridors. Hunt ignited. Evan dashed after Run's cloaked figure, boots pounding polished stone. Cyaline's guards fanned out, plasma lances humming. Mira matched his pace, pistol drawn. He split the petition, faked our alliance as treason. Rune veered into a side vault, robes swirling. Evan skidded to a halt, toolkit clanging open. He yanked a stun grenade. Human surplus, jury-rigged for their fields. Cover me. Mira nodded, firing suppressive bursts. Evan lobbed it. The device arced, hissed, and bloomed blue arcs. Rune staggered out, convulsing. Guards swarmed, cuffs snapping on. Cyaline arrived, tail lashing. Chancellor, your game's end. Rune spat, eyes on Evan. The human bewitches you. Footage proves it. Your consort claim. Public scandal. Evan tensed. Mira gripped his shoulder. Bluff. We shut him down. Cyaline's claws flexed. No. Protocol demands isolation. Protective cohabitation. Envoy consort binds fates under one roof. Guards. Relocate him to my wing. Now. Evan blinked. Guards hauled him toward her chambers. Mira protested. Captain's orders. He's not a pawn. Cyaline's gaze locked on Evan. Law shields us both. Rune weaponizes leaks. Proximity thwarts assassins. They marched through gilded halls. Nobles whispered, scales flushing. Evan clutched his toolkit, mind racing. Forced quarters? Fine, but on his terms. Her wing loomed. Vast. Silk-draped crystal vents humming cool air. Guards posted at every arch. Cyaline waved them inside. Your space adjoins mine. No exits unguarded. Evan dropped his bag. Works, but we set rules. Clear ones. She tilted her head, violet eyes narrowing. Tradition binds, not blind. He pulled the datapad, fingers flying. Typed fast, boundaries list. No unannounced entries, mutual veto on court appearances. Daily check-ins, not commands. Public co-signing to kill rumors. Cyaline peered over his shoulder, tail brushing his leg. Human script, blunt, practical. He slid the pad. Co-sign. Broadcast it. Shows we're partners, not puppets. Her claw hovered. Heat from her scales warmed his arm. Risky. Court sees weakness. Or strength. Evan met her gaze. Trust starts here. She signed. Flourish sharp. Tapped broadcast. Hollow screens flared across the palace. Queen Cyaline Vey and Envoy Evan Cole affirm collaborative covenant. Boundaries public. Unity prevails. Nobles' murmurs spiked outside. Mira commented in. Smart. Buys time. Erlin coiled her tail around his waist, pulling close. Test passed. Now, truth, human style. No veils. Evan's pulse jumped. Her scent, spice and storm, filled the alcove. Ask, why mend my world? No conquest, no gain. He shrugged, honest, saw problems. Fix them, like home. Rig a ship, save the crew. Your people's shields, same stakes. Her lips parted, scales shimmering deeper violet. Aliens hoard glory. You share fixes, extraordinary. Not extra. Normal. His hand found hers, calluses meeting silk-smooth hide. We team up. Best results. She leaned in, breath warm, prove deeper. Stay through storm. Tail tightened. Evan nodded. Heat built. Her lips, soft ridges, claimed his again. Slower, he responded, hands framing her face. Trust sealed in touch. Alarms blared. Mira burst through guards, Leak hit, edited footage. Your kiss, twisted. Runes feed. Queen seduced by human spy. Allies pulling back. Silene snarled, disentangling. Isolate her? Impossible. Evan grabbed the pad. Counter it. Pull full logs from array fix. Show collaboration, not scandal. Ket arrived. Robes askew. Archivist clutched a crystal scroll. Tradition. Leaks demand trial. But cohabitation protocol. Consort proves loyalty. Public labor together. Rune's voice echoed from hall speakers palace-wide. Behold, human corrupts throne. Crowds gathered. Guards held line. Selene's spines rose. We face it. Armory next. Public forge. Evan, your bellows trick. Seal the lie with action. Evan hefted toolkit. Lead. They emerged to jeers. Rune stood chained on dais, smirking amid nobles. Prove nothing. Silene mounted platform. Watch. Evan rigged baffles. Scrap metal angled, pumped bellows. Flames leaped even, devouring impurities and demo ore. Nobles gasped. Scales flushed. He tames fire. Ket nodded. Law notes. Human ingenuity complements crystal forge. Mira scanned crowds, spotting Rune's aides slipping data crystals. More leaks brewing. Evan wiped sweat, flames roaring approval. Sialene's tail linked his ankle under robes. They see truth. Rune lunged at chains. Illusion. Petition stands. Expel the human. A noble broke ranks. Ally crest gleaming. Queen, recall troops from border? Silene straightened. No. Footage full. Evan's fixes saved Vale. Collaboration, not conquest. Evan patched a forge vent mid-demo. Duct tape and sap sealing cracks live. Sparks steadied. Cheers drowned jeers. But Rune whispered to a guard. Shifted eyes. Mira tackled the traitor. Crystal shattered. Backup leak foiled. Ket unrolled scroll. Protocol evolves. Cohabitation yields alliance proof. Silene pulled Evan aside. Amid fading chaos. Private alcove again. You turned weapon to shield. Stay. Truly. Her claws traced his chest. Evan clasped her waist. Build it right. No walls. Tail coiled full. Lips met fierce. Heat surged. Bodies aligning. Trust forged hotter than flames. Mira commed urgent. Rune confessed partial. Drac still loose. Sabotage nest inspire. Evan broke kiss. Toolkit ready. Unt round 2. Silene's eyes blazed. Together. Guards mobilized. Shadows stirred in vents above. Drakes glint. Chase reignited. Evan climbed scaffolding first. Harness biting. Mira covered flanks. Silene's lances hummed below. For the Covenant! Drake fired wild. Storm crystal shard exploding near. Evan dodged, rigging cable bridge from Kit. Zapped the nest controls. Power surged. Traps locking. Drake tumbled. Captured. Rune's full plot crumbled. Forged petitions burned in hollow trial. Back in wing, Silene barred doors. Guards doubled. Proximity holds. Court bends. Evan drafted addendum. Joint veto on exiles. She co-signed broadcasting afresh. Blunt questions resumed. Fear this bond? Nah, Evan said. Excited. Your world's puzzles? Mine now. Her flush deepened. Tail drew him to silk cushions. Bodies entwined. Scales yielding to skin. Trust bridged fully. Passion's honest answer. Dawn lit crystals. Mira reported clear. Ket archived. Human mistake births era. But a comm pinged. Border alert. Rune's last ally rallied exiles. They march. Silene rose. Evan at side. We meet them. United. Toolkit slung. Tail linked. Palace stirred. New storm brewed. Chancellor Rune Tal slammed his podium crystal. Emergency Council. The Queen's reckless bonding endangers the spire. I move to strip her authority, now. Evan sprinted down the palace corridor, boots pounding crystal floors. Tail link with Silene tugged him forward, her grip iron through the bondcom. Border alerts screamed in his earpiece, exiles massing, Rune's ally fueling the charge. But this vote? Rune's killshot. Guards parted. Mira's voice crackled. Arrest order intercepted. Rune's guards en route to your wing. I've jammed their paths. Get to council floor. Evan vaulted a railing, toolkit clanging at his hip. Heart hammered. One mistake, a casual phrasing in translation. And now, royal claim locked. Silene refused annulment. Honor test, she called it. Trust bridge. He wouldn't let pride shatter it. Council chamber doors hissed open. Hollow votes flickered. 30 elders, tails coiled tense. Rune's polished scales gleamed under light lances. Swing votes wavered. Border clans hungry. Trade stalled. Queen Selene defies tradition. Rune thrust a forged holopetition. Human envoy claims her without rights. Reckless. Depose her. Install regency. Murmurs rippled. Archivist Ket droned from his alcove. Scrolls unrolling. Protocol demands vote. Bonding voids if unratified. Evan burst onto the floor. Eyes locked on Silen's throne dais. She stood regal, tail lashing, eyes blazing violet. Guards flanked her. No arrest yet. Envoy Cole, Rune sneered. Intruder. Seize him. Silene's voice cut crystal. He is my advocate, named by bond right. Argue on record, chancellor, or forfeit. Rune froze. On record meant no shadows, his plots. Drake's sabotage forged exiles, exposed under truth lenses. Tail twitched. As you wish, my queen. Evan slid to her side, breath ragged. Her scales brushed his arm. Warm, steady. Trust pulsed through link. He tapped his wrist pad. Data flooding hollow projector. No time for polish. Action now. Council honors. Evan bowed quick, voice steady. Human directness cut protocol fog. Rune calls this reckless. I call it opportunity. Vote yes on bond. Get this. Hollow bloomed. Trade routes lit green. Relief crates stacking in human freighters. Grain, med packs, storm shields for border hives. Swing elders leaned in, tails uncurling. Human aid package? Evan pressed. 10 freighters dock in days. Crystal Tech Exchange. Your lances for our fusion cells? Exiles starve? We feed them first. Under joint watch. No regency needed. Peace holds. A border elder hissed. Tangible? Not promises? Evan nodded. Freighters launched pre-bond. Captain Anand confirms en route manifests sealed. Mira's ping affirmed. Her intercept bought this window. Run lunged. Bribery. Humans conquer by belly. Silene's tail coiled Evan's waist. Public claim. Tested Inspire Hunt. Envoy felled Drax Nest. My honor stands. Vote binds us stronger. Ket unrolled ancient scroll. Bond ratified flips regency block. Trade precedent. Era shift. Votes ticked. Swing tails swayed. Elder Vex, Rune's holdout, eyed the hollow grains.
Clans eat. I yield.
Rune's scales paled. Traitor. Exiles march. Doors. Mira barked through calm. She stormed in, human squad at heels, alien lances confiscated from Rune's guards. Covert arrest voided. Council witnesses. Chaos boiled. Rune hammered podium. Vote now. Hollow locked. 1-8. 1-2 for Silene. Authority intact. Elders rose, tails high. Selene pulled Evan close, lips brushing ear. Your puzzle solved. Trust rewarded. Eat flushed him. Her scent, spice and storm, grounded the whirl. But Rune's glare pierced. This delays nothing. Borders burn. Evan checked pad. Exile force, 500 strong. Crystal cannons primed. Mira flanked them. Freighters land in hours. We hold line? Silene nodded. United front. Advocate leads human wing. Ket archived the vote. Voice neutral. Human mistake. Bridge eternal. Rune stormed out, allies scattering. But a shadow comm pinged Evan's ear. Mira's intercept. Chancellor's private channel. Exile commander bought. Poison strike on freighters. Evan gripped toolkit. Trap incoming. Silene's eyes met his, tail linked tight. We counter. Together. Council dispersed, guards mobilized. Evan ran diagnostics. Freighter shields weak to crystal shards. Quick fix. Reroute power grids. Human style. Mira covered evac routes. Your play flipped them. Now hold it. They hit the launch bay. Freighters loomed, hulls humming. Silene directed lancers to flanks. Evan climbed a gantry, welding torch sparking. Shields boosted. Alien crystals amplify human flux. Crew gaped, human hands on sacred hulls. Alien tech sang under tweak. Rune's poison drones swarmed. Vents spewing shard mist. Salines lances zapped clusters. Evan dropped cable nets from Kit, tangling the rest. Mira's squad mopped up. Freighters sealed, launched clean. Back in command spire, Silene barred the hatch. Elders watched via holo. Trust earned. Bond advocate proves worth. Evan wiped sweat. Her tail drew him near silk panels. Bodies pressed. Scales to skin. Heat building. Pride yields, she murmured. Lips met. Fierce claim. Passion surged. Trust sealed deeper. Hands explored. His practical grip tracing ridges. Hers coiling strong. Mira ComEd clear. Exiles halt. Grains inbound. Run isolated. Dawn crystals glowed. Ket's archive pinged. Era named Cole Accord. But border hollow flared. Rune's face defiant. Regency rises from ashes. Silene rose, Evan strapped. We end it. Toolkit ready. Bond unbreakable. Rune's shuttle fled palace docks. Evan spotted it first. He's rallying core fleet. Mira gunned engines. Pursuit vector locked. Silene's lances charged. No escape. Chase ignited. Spires blurred below. Rune's voice broadcast. Queen falls. Join True Regency. Evan patched human scans. Fleet signatures weak. Flank them. Fusion burst blind sensors. Alien pilots marveled. Human blind? Brilliant. Shields dropped. Lances struck true. Rune's shuttle spiraled. Captured intact. Docks secured. Rune dragged in chains. You cheat tradition! Evan faced him. Tradition adapts. Trade proves it. Silene sentenced. Exile true. No plots. Council cheered. Night fell. Wing private. Silene shed robes. Bridge complete. Evan pulled her down. Bodies merged. Slow, honest. Tail-wrapped legs. Moans echoed crystals. Trust's fire burned pure. Mira guarded. Outer. Ket sealed records. Dawn brought peace. Freighters landed. Clans feasted. Evan stood at Silene's side, hand in hers. Human mistake? Galaxies gain. But a faint calm whispered. From deep space. Human envoy. Alliance calls. New puzzles beckoned. Together, Queen Silene's tail flicked sharp against the throne dais. Envoy Cole, public denial severs our claim. Walk free. No shame stains your humans. Evan met her golden eyes across the vaulted hall. Crystal chimes hummed from the walls, echoing the court's held breath. He stood firm in the envoy's robes, pulse steady. Denounce her? That fed Rune's narrative. Humans as weaklings dodging honor. No, Majesty. His voice carried clear translator implant humming low. Public denial insults us both. I propose instead a treaty marriage, mutual consent, sealed as alliance pact. Gasps rippled through the alien nobles. Silene's ridges flared violet. Surprise, then calculation. Her claws tapped the armrest. Bold, you twist tradition into bargain. Tradition bends for peace. Evan stepped forward, ignoring Chancellor Rune's glare from the shadows. Your clans gain human tech. We gain stable trade lanes. Bond holds, but chosen. Rune surged up, robes swirling. Outrage. Human presumes royal law. Silene silenced him with a raised palm. Archivist Ket. Precedent? Ket shuffled forward, data slates glowing in his grasp. The old alien's scales dulled with age, but his eyes pierced sharp. Query logged. Searching annals. Evan held position. Mira's voice whispered in his earcom, faint from the outer cordon. Court feeds live. Run's allies stir. Watch flanks. Silene leaned closer. Her scent, spice and storm, cutting the incense air. You refuse easy exit. Why chain yourself? Evan smiled faint. Trust builds bridges, not walls. Your claim started accidental. Let's end it. Intentional. Ket's slate pinged. Precedent found. Third Dynasty, Clause 47B, Consort Amendment via mutual oath, under royal seal. Bins as treaty if council ratifies. The Queen's tail coiled slow. Draft it. Ket's claws flew over the slate. Hollow projection bloomed, contract lines weaving in iridescent script. Evan scanned the terms. Trade rights, joint defense, dissolution clause post-peace. Solid. Seal requires witnesses. Ket extended the hollow stylus. Your mark, envoy. Then Queen's. Evan gripped it. Stroke firm. Done. Silene took it next, her touch lingered on his hand, warm scales against skin. Seal flared gold. Cheers erupted, wary from some, fervent from clans loyal. Rune shoved through. This farce ends now, his voice boomed, amplified by hidden emitters. Protocol demands test of worth. Ceremonial duel by proxy for consort claim. I invoke it. Court froze. Silene's eyes narrowed. Chancellor, you select champion? Rune smirked, signaling the shadows. A massive warrior strode in. Captain Vorak, 7 feet of plated muscle, dual scars glowing under lights. His lance hummed active, tip sparking. To first blood or yield. Rune's tone dripped venom. Human fails, amendment voids. Evan's gut tightened. No armor, no weapon beyond wits. Nira's calm crackled urgent. Evan, abort. My team's geared for extract. He muted her. Back out now? Lost all ground. Aliens prized proxy trials, honor through representatives. But humans? Improvise. I accept. Evan locked eyes with Vorak. Your rules. One condition. No lethal strikes. Silene tensed. Envoy. Trust me. He stripped off the outer robe, revealing fitted envoy suit. Flexible, layered Kevlar weave. Standard for frontier dips. Court cleared a circle. Vorak charged first, lance thrusting like a piston. Evan dodged left, boots gripping polished stone. Air whooshed past his ear. He rolled, grabbed a fallen banner pole. Light alloy. Balanced. First swing parried Vorak's follow-up. Sparks flew. Aliens murmured. Human speed. Vorak roared, tail lashing.
Evan ducked, felt the wind. Counter. Pole cracked against the warrior's knee guard.
Vorak stumbled. Yield? Evan pressed, circling. Vorak swung wild. Evan vaulted a low table, upending it into the path. Warrior tripped, lance skittering. Evan pinned the tip under boot. Test passed? Rune bellowed. Invalid. No proxy for human. Silene rose. Enough. Evan Cole proved worth threefold. Amendment stands. Vorak knelt. Head bowed. Honored combat. You fight like Stormwind. Court erupted in approval. Clans stamped approval rhythms. Silene pulled Evan close, tail brushing his waist. Bridge forged. But Rune slipped toward the arches. Face twisted. Evan spotted the flicker. Shuttle beacon on his wrist. Majesty. Evan gripped her arm. He's bolting. Alarms wailed. Guards lunged, but Rune vaulted a rail, vanishing into service tunnels. Mira burst in. Rifle slung. Perimeter breach. Fleet signatures spiking. Silene's lances materialized. Weapons hot. We pursue. Evan strapped into the lead pursuit craft. Toolkit snapping open. Scans lit his panel. Weak vectors. Flank right. Engines screamed. Spires blurred below. Rune's broadcast hit open channels. Queen puppets human. Regency rises. Silene gripped the co-pilot yoke. Your blind burst tactic? Evan patched human overrides. Fusion pulse blind sensors 10 seconds. Now, light bloomed. Enemy shields flickered. Lances dove. Tractors locking Rune's shuttle. Capture pod clamped. Docks secured. Run dragged in. Chains rattling. You cheat tradition, he spat. Evan faced him square. Tradition evolves. Your exile seals it. Silene nodded to guards. Deep void. No return. Council stamped final ratification. Night cloaked the palace. In her private wing, Silene shed robes. Scales gleamed under crystal glow. You turned mistake to mastery. Evan drew her down. Hands traced ridges. Hers coiling strong around his legs. Lips met. Fierce. Honest. Bodies pressed. Rhythms sinking slow. Moans echoed soft against stone. Tail wrapped tight. Trust ignited. Dawn broke. Freighters hummed inbound. Holds full of grain and alloy. Plans feasted in Grand Hall. Humans mingling with aliens. Evan stood at Silene's side, her hand firm in his. Captain Mira saluted from the line. Ket sealed the archive. Coal accord etched eternal. Peace settled. A faint calm pinged Evan's wrist. From deep space. Human envoy Cole. Greater Alliance calls. Coordinates enclosed. Together, Evan grinned. Together, Evan grinned. Always. Rune's shadow lingered in the stars. New games awaited. Evan slammed his palm on the challenge stone. Logic contest. Protocol 9.4. Proxy duel permits intellect over blade. The Grand Hall froze. Scales rasped as nobles shifted. Chancellor Rune's frills flared crimson. You twist law, human. Duel demands blood proxy. Queen Silene's tail flicked once. Her gaze locked on Evan, unreadable. Archivist Ket unrolled a data scroll, claws tapping. Permitted. Logic contest. 3 riddles. Solver claims victory. Loser yields claim. Rune sneered. He perishes in ignorance. Guards shoved forward a proxy drone. Sleek, blade-armed, humming with kill protocols. Rune's own proxy idled beside it, claws retracted for the think mode. Evan's heart pounded. Sweat beaded under his collar. Nira gripped her sidearm, eyes scanning exits. No shots here. Protocol forbade it. He stepped to the contest circle, etched in glowing crystal. First riddle, Chancellor. Yours. Rune's proxy activated. Voice synthetic, cold. I speak without mouth, hear without ears. I echo your words, yet own no tongue. What am I? Evan exhaled. Simple, human playground stuff. An echo. Ket stamped approval. Correct. Human's turn. Evan eyed Rune. Make it bite. I have cities but no houses, forests but no trees, rivers but no water. What am I? Rune's frills twitched. His proxy hummed. Processing. Nobles murmured. Seconds stretched. A map. It rasped. Ket nodded. Correct. Chancellor's final. Rune leaned in, eyes gleaming, proxy intoned. Alive without breath, cold as death, never thirsty, ever drinking, all in mail, never clinking. What am I? Evan blinked. Fish? No. Riddles varied across cultures. He paced the circle. Alive without breath. Plants? Cold as death, drinking but never thirsty. Male? Like scales? A fish, he said. Wrong, Rune crowed. Proxy shifted to blade mode. Duel resumes. Blades now. Ket raised a claw. Query the archive. Scroll flickered. Fish fits, scales as male, drinks through gills. Hall gasped. Rune's face paled green. Impossible. Human wins, Ket declared. Proxy yields. Evan's proxy powered down Rune's drone with the EMP pulse. Protocol clean. Guards hauled the machine away. Run spat. Sabotage. I demand trial. Saeedin rose from her throne. Granted. Present evidence. Evan stayed in Evan's POV. He watched Rune's proxy flicker offline. Mira nodded from the sidelines. Backup ready. But this win cracked the Chancellor's armor. Celine's voice cut sharp. Chancellor Rune Tall, you challenge the bond claim. Speak. Rune straightened. Robes swirling. The human's proposal insults tradition. No envoy weds a queen without right. I invoke sabotage trial. Prove his words false. Evan clenched fists. His accidental vow during talks, I pledge my life to your service, triggered the marriage clause. Cultural trap. Rune weaponized it to derail peace. Ket shuffled forward. Scroll and clause. Trial protocol. Ledger review. All actions logged. Silene signaled. Drone's word, projecting hollow ledgers. Rune scrolled first. Clean lines of diplomacy. Then hers. Anomaly flashed. Hidden entries. Expose, Silene commanded. Crystal walls lit with data. Rune's private logs, bribes to clan lords, forged sensor ghosts blaming humans, even the shuttle ambush plot. Evan's blind burst tactic earlier, Rune's own override codes matched. Nobles hissed. Frills collapsed. Rune backed up. Fabrication. Human hack. Evan stepped forward. Check timestamps. Your shuttle fled Regency Rise. Your codes triggered the shields. Mira tossed a data chip. Ket slotted it. Matches confirmed. Celine's tail lashed. Verdict lawful. Article 17, treason by ledger. Chancellor stripped. Office void. Exile pending. Guards seized ruin. He thrashed. You'll regret this, soft skin. Empire fractures without me. Deep void awaits, Silene said. Chains dragged him out. Hall echoed with his curses. Silence fell. Silene turned to Evan. Her eyes softened. Ridges flushing violet. You saw the trap, chose honor. Evan met her gaze. We both did. Peace needs trust. Ket cleared throat claws. Bond claim stands. Amend or void. Silene extended a claw. Amend. Diplomatic marriage. Clear terms. Alliance first. Union second. Mutual veto. Evan nodded. Mira exhaled behind him. Hollow screens bloomed empire-wide. Every clan station watched. They came for peace talks. Now the entire empire watched them sign the bond. Evan took the stylus. Terms scrolled. Trade pacts. Joint fleets. Cultural exchanges. No domination. Collaboration. Human ingenuity with Vey precision. His hand steady, he signed. Silene's claw pressed beside, sealing with royal venom. Binding ink. Cheers erupted. Scales slapped in Vey applause. Humans clapped from envoy rows. Evan pulled back. Silene's hand lingered on his. Warm scales against skin. Pulse quickened. Joint address, Evan said. Now. Invite both species to exchange counsel. Silene's frills rose. Bold. Accepted. Podium activated. Microphones hummed. Dillions tuned in. Evan spoke first. People of the Vey Empire. Humans of the Alliance. Today, mistake becomes bridge. Queen Silene and I sign not chains, but choices. Join the Exchange Council. Share grain for alloy. Tactics for shields. Build together. Silene leaned close, voice resonant. Honor demands collaboration. Rune's pride fell. Ours rises united. Clans, envoys, attend. Coordinates broadcast. Holomap flared. Neutral station. Open to all. Freighters plotted courses. Clans signaled ascent. Evan felt her tail brush his leg. Subtle claim. Trust solidified. Mira approached post address. Clean exit secured. But that calm ping earlier? Evan glanced at his wrist. Deep space signal. Greater alliance. Silene squeezed his hand. Together? He grinned. Always. But as crowds milled, a shadow flickered on a side screen. Rune's shuttle trace, evading lances. Not fully gone. Evan tensed. New games dawned. The hall thrummed with preparations. Evan followed Silene to her private wing. Guards posted outside. Inside, crystal lamps glowed low. She shed outer robes. Scales shimmered. Violet flush deeper now. You bested him with words. Humans. Extraordinary. Evan stepped close. You exposed the ledger. Vey archives unbeatable. Her claws traced his jaw. Gentle pressure. He cupped her ridges, thumbs finding sensitive vents. Breath hitched. Hers, his. Tail coiled his waist, pulling flush. Lips met. Firmer than before. Tongues testing ridges. Hands roamed, his overscaled hips, hers gripping shoulders. They sank to cushions. Rhythms built. Slow grinds, gasps sinking. Her strength pinned him playful. He rolled, eliciting purrs. Peaks crashed honest, bodies locked, after, entwined. Marriage terms clear, she murmured. But heart follows. Evan kissed her brow ridge, bridge complete. Dawn filtered. Freighters hummed inbound. Grand hall filled. Vey clans with platters, humans unloading crates. Grain piled high, alloys gleamed. Evan stood at Silene's side. Her hand firm in his. Mira saluted from security line. Ket sealed the archive slab. Coal accord etched eternal. Peace settled deep. Evan's wrist pinged again. Human envoy Cole. Greater alliance calls. Coordinates enclosed. And Silene's grip tightened. Answer? Together. Rune's shadow lingered in the stars. New games awaited. Captain Mira pulled Evan aside during the feast. Scans confirm. Rune's shuttle slipped the net. Deep void, but he's got allies. Evan nodded. Expected. Protocol evolves. We adapt. Silene joined, arm linking his. Council convenes tomorrow. First exchange. Human fusion tech for Vey bioshields. Clans toasted. Humans mingled, sharing laughs over strange foods. A Vey lord sampled bread. Eyes widened. Soft, yet strong. Evan watched. Simple swaps built empires. Ket approached. Scroll tucked. Archive notes your logic contest. First human proxy win. Etched.